Hi, I'm John Atack,
I'm Sam Atack.
and we come to you with season's greetings for Hanukkah,
Yeah, season's greetings.
Yuletide,
Yuletide.
Christmas, Saturnalia, which is a festival.
Festival of Lights.
Well, I think that's been and gone, mate.
Can we bring it back?
No.
No.
So,
Winter solstice.
it is actually, I think, was today the shortest day? I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Santa Claus. Does Santa Claus really exist?
No.
You see, that's the kind of cynicism of modern youth. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in the Easter Bunny. They don't believe in Santa.
Ridiculous.
And maybe Chico Marx was not right. Maybe there is such a thing as a Santa Claus.
I believe in Chico Marx.
Well, you may have been deceived there. Leonard Marx,
Oh, God.
commonly known as Chico, or now Chico for some reason. Chico because chased ladies. Groucho because he had a grouch bag round his neck, which Chico said he kept his cannabis in. So there's a grouch bag. Groucho. Not because he was grouchy, he was grouchy though.
Yeah, it was.
And Harpo, who was a saint. That's what he said. Anyway, we're not talking about the Marx Brothers. We are, actually. We're going to talk about Santa Claus a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not going to get into the kind of 4th century Turkish bishop stuff, any of that, who gave away gold to poor people. No. And we're not going to get into the Coca-Cola invented Santa. They didn't. Apparently, according to Wikipedia, it was some guy at the end of the American Civil War who gave us the present jolly bloke. I think the Dutch still have Schwarzpeter, who is dresses in green, I think, and has little black imps who serve him. So lots of stuff has come together. But I was doing with Chris Shelton the other week, and he was sort of, maybe we could, with our kids, we could tell them that why we lied to them about Santa, and that would be a way of introducing the notion of critical thinking and this sort of thing. I didn't like to say I have 4 children. I don't mind saying that, but I didn't like to say that with none of my 4 children did I ever pretend that there was such a thing as Santa Claus.
Yeah, but you didn't clarify it.
Do you even remember what I clarified when you were 4
I
years old?
remember when I found out Santa Claus wasn't real.
Yeah.
It was when I found the presents the day before Christmas in my mum's office.
And when you saw presents and they said from Mum and Dad,
Yeah.
you thought, that's Santa?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then she lied to me and said she was holding on to them for Santa.
I think it's unkind in this sense to use the word lie when somebody's just trying to not hurt your feelings in that way.
I think Kant would say that it's never right to lie.
Who cares? He's dead.
Yeah, true.
And he spoke a lot of Kant, frankly.
But I didn't believe her anyway. That was it for me.
Well, that's...
It's when I no longer trusted either of my parents.
Why didn't you trust me? I'd never told you Santa was real.
You'd never told me that he was fake.
No, why should I? Do you want me to shatter all of your illusions, burst all of your bubbles?
Yes.
Whichever way around. Well, come here, I've got a pen.
Good.
So I didn't realise that in the United States of America there's this concept of the elf on the shelf, which Spike wanted me to point out, which is the idea that children are told, here's this little elf on the shelf and he's watching you.
Oh my God, that is so creepy.
Big brother, nothing. And what sparked this conversation is that I was... A couple of years ago in the pharmacy, they were selling these little things, and they were £5. I wasn't going to buy that. Then, of course, after Christmas, they had to just dump them and get rid of them for £1. So I bought myself an elves behaving badly, and it does say behaving, not behaving. Elves who can't finish the word behaving. Elves behaving badly camera. And you put batteries in it. Here, it's got a little container. Cheap little container, which you put a couple of batteries in, and a little light will flash inside it all year long to show the children that if they behave badly, then Santa will make a record of this and they'll be in trouble. They won't get any decent presents. It struck me as an extraordinarily unpleasant form of manipulation.
Yes.
And it does tie in with other forms of manipulation. As a child, I was told that I was being watched all the time, but not by Santa, by God. And I would think that it's enormously boring being God.
Yeah.
Having to watch not just 7.5 billion people on planet Earth, but all of the other thousands of millions of planets that probably have some kind of sentient life form on, watching all of this stuff all day long, every day, 24 hours a day, never stops because the sun's going, the Earth's going round the sun, and so it's daylight somewhere, and people are probably committing sins while they're sleeping anyway.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a child, I was told that the government was watching you.
Well, that's true.
24 hours.
That is
true.
true.
Okay, that's true.
And I was reading today about an app, an exercise app that was put out by the FBI during the coronavirus as their contribution to humanity, which actually harvests your personal data.
Oh, God.
Is that we live in a beautiful world, as Coldplay once put it.
Yep.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I can't say that it particularly bothered me as a child, this thought that God was watching me. But when I got involved with Scientology and I was told that these people had supernatural powers, that did bother me. And I've talked with other former Scientologists who like me, went on to do the courses that were meant to give us the supernatural mind-reading powers. Find out that it was a load of tosh. Didn't give you any powers whatsoever. Other than the pretense that you could change traffic lights. They change anyway, guys.
Move clouds.
Move clouds or bring up dust devils in the desert. We don't have dust devils here, so you can't do that here. But as to, being able to move a little piece of tinfoil a centimetre or an inch, never actually saw that. Did challenge many people to do it. But for 7 years in Scientology, I was in a situation, from age 19 when I got in, where the thought was that these people could read my mind. These people who were operating thetans, as they put it, spirits able to leave their bodies and read your mind. And it's amazing. I talked with Chris Shelton about this, and I was saying, of course, it makes you start thinking things that you don't really want to think.
Yeah.
So I was very happy when I realised it was bogus. But it still took me some time I was 28 when I left Scientology. It took me some time to push away the magical thinking and say, none of that stuff actually matters. And I'd come from Zen Buddhism into Scientology where they have Gedo Zen, which is this idea of that magic is a load of rubbish. And if you read Patanjali, the Yoga Sutras from about 500 AD, very influential in Hindu thinking, you find that he says that magic and all of that stuff is a very bad idea because you get bad karma. And that brings us to the other chaps who are watching us all the time and keeping a careful record in case Santa or the Lords of Karma, the Akashic records, every time a giant clam has its 2 billion, I think that's right, 2,000 million babies, every one of them is being tracked by the Lords of Karma. So,
since first incident, it was just pulling it in.
Yeah, as soon as things start, that the reactions that will then go from there mean that nobody gets any real say, or there is no free will if there's karma. You're just caught up in it all. It's just happening all around you. And against the Benjamin Libet's experiment with the brain, which I think has been suitably disproved. I do think we have free will. And basically, what I'd suggest is that you have to become your own elfcam. To thine own self, be true. And if you're behaving badly, then you have to do something about it.
And if you want to scare your children into behaving,
these are very cheap.
£1.
So if you buy them after the sales, and just in the run up to Christmas, they're possibly useful, but if you want to manipulate your children. But better to give them a grasp of morality, of ethics, so that they can figure out for themselves what they should and shouldn't do, and grow up, which is something that I hope to do myself one day. So we wish you very happy festivities, and despite the plague that is upon us, and that we hope that 2021 will prove to be the best year of your life so far, and exponentially increasing thereafter.
Yeah.
And so, I'm John Atack.
I'm Sam Atack.
And I think that about wraps this up. Thank you. Hi, John here. Thanks for watching. We'd appreciate it very much if you would click like, as well as subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. Every dollar helps, and we welcome new patrons on Patreon, or you can make a one-off payment with any currency through PayPal. Thanks so much.
Oh my god, that is so creepy.